Cassis IFLTV here at the Parker-WARDLEY press conference. I'm joined by DAZN Kingpin, Mike RIDOUT. Right, mate?
Very good. Good to see you. Thanks for coming.
All good. Do you know what? What was that last press conference was that? The Misfits one.
Oh, yeah.
You delivered an unbelievable line. You went, oh, great. No one wants to hear from the DAZN guy.
And yet here you are talking to me. So, you know.
No, but it was a great line in that because it was a continuation after whatever fiasco was going on at that point. But yeah, it was all fun and games.
It was fun and games. Look, that's what Misfits is all about, right? You never know what's going to happen. And when you sit next to Darren Till, you definitely don't know what's going to happen. The frustrating thing about that was you do want a face-off picture, right? You want the two guys to get close to each other and you want that. Then they can kick off. That didn't happen because Darren obviously goes crazy and he gets pulled away. So the next day at the weigh-in, I said, look, Darren, I said, please. I said, we just need a face-off with you and Luke. Then you go crazy if you want to go crazy. He said, yeah, no problem. Of course, he comes running on stage, tries to kick Luke, and then we didn't get the face-off again. So anyway, you can't control Darren, but that's part of his charm. It's part of the reason we love him. He puts on an amazing show. He knows how to deliver. He knows how to sell, and he can box. He can bloody box. So we'll see what's next for him.
I was going to talk to you about this afterwards, but let's just kind of continue on from that conversation. I mean, the fiasco with Till and Froch,
yes,
and an apple,
yes,
which progressed after that. We know you've had your kind of talk, whatever, with Froch. Just realistically, I mean, look, just personally, I don't see Froch coming back in the ring. I don't. But I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know. He's been out the ring for, over 11 years now. How realistic is it? Give us a scope.
Look, I have no idea. But what I will tell you is that he came to the event. He wanted to see Darren live. And I think he's intrigued. You couldn't put Darren in. Darren's had 3 professional boxing fights. You couldn't put Darren in with a 32, 33-year-old boxer in his prime. It wouldn't make sense to be a mismatch. We've seen that with Jake Paul, how many mismatches there can be. But so the equaliser here is that Carl, as you said, has been out of the ring for over 11 years. Clearly, if Carl was in his prime, it would be a no contest. But as I say, the equaliser is the age, 48, out of the ring 11 years. It's down to Carl. Darren, of course, you know Darren very well. Darren would take the fight. That is not an issue. The issue is, does Carl want to get back in the ring? How are his legs? How's his back? How's his shoulder? What's it going to be like when he starts punching pads? What's it going to be like if he starts sparring? As he said when we spoke, he wants to protect that hooter. So he's got to really, really want it. He's not going to want to get in there and look out of shape. He's not going to want get in there and look crap. He doesn't want to kind of tarnish his reputation. So I don't know. So all the questions are with Carl. I think he's going to go and give it a go in the gym. That's what I think his next steps. He'll give it a go in the gym, see how he feels, and then we'll probably get into a commercial conversation. But until he says, right, I'm in, then we're just waiting.
Let me ask you 2 very direct questions in layman's terms. I'm going to be careful how I word this. Can you afford to give what we think that Carl Froch will probably want to return?
I have no idea what Carl will want, but I do know that he's a man who looks after his money well. I do know he's a man that will want to get paid. We will be running the numbers and thinking how many pay-per-view buys it does. And at the end of the day, that's the money that's available. It's not ridiculous. It's not going to be millions of pay-per-view buys generating millions of dollars. I think it's a really good fight that does well, but it's not.
Have you spoke figures with him?
No.
That was the easy question. Have DAZN got enough money if Andrew Tate wants to fight on Misfits? Have they got that kind of money to move?
Again, it's the same answer, really. We haven't got into a commercial conversation with Andrew Tate, or quite frankly, with the hundreds of other names that Mams Taylor speaks to on a very daily basis. That's the great thing about Mams. He's very, very well connected. He goes outbound. He also gets a lot of inbound from people who want to have a fight. So whoever Mams is talking to, let's see what happens. And if we get a proposal, then we can make a commercial decision.
What political party are you with again?
I'm wearing blue today, so who knows?
Yeah, I know. Listen, I appreciate, but these names are being mentioned, whether it's Froch, Tate, etc. Darren's obviously mentioned them a few times in that fight week, even afterwards. So it's interesting times.
It's really interesting times. It's funny how over the last few years, boxing is just being used as a vehicle for all of these celebrities, whoever they are, that they want to just get in and have a scrap. Not everybody. we're often challenged to make a really big fight with X and X. It's like, yeah, but X and X might not have a boxing fight. Not everybody wants to get into their pants and walk into an arena in front of 20,000 people and have a fight. I certainly don't. I know a lot of people want to see you in a fight, but you know.
I'm very cheap.
Well, that's not what I've heard. So you know that's the amazing thing. You see the Joey Essex fight, right? The amount of hate that Joey got online after that fight. I mean, you guys have no idea. I mean, you just, as I said, you just think about just going into your pants and walking into a room before the 20,000 people, let alone going in there, standing toe to toe with the guy, putting your reputation on the line, having a fight. I thought the Joey Essex fight was absolutely brilliant. Were they the best technical boxers I've ever seen? Of course not. They weren't even the best technical boxers that night, which is saying something. But
they gave it everything.
They gave it absolutely everything, and full credit to both of those guys. Hats off to them.
Right, let's just finish off by talking about this wonderful heavyweight fight on October the 25th at the O2. It's about time a show come back to the O2. It's been a while, over a year, I think. But yeah, Parker-Wardley. I mean, there's so many different situations you picture in your mind, etc. A lot of it based off Fabio Wardley's last performance, where he was behind and come back with that sensational knockout against Justice Hooney. But yeah, they're both literally putting it on the line.
They really are. All or nothing, as the event says. It's a fight that we talked about that I wasn't sure was going to happen, just because when you get an interim champion of one organisation and an interim champion of another organisation, they don't often want to put it on the line. They're quite happy often to sit and see what happens with the champion. We now know that Alexander's obviously been granted this 90-day extension, so therefore they don't want to wait around. They want to have a fight. And I think that's absolutely brilliant. And you know Fabio, you know Joseph. They're two brilliant people. They're proper fighting men. And the great thing about this fight, in fact, there's many great things, but the thing I really like about this fight is the styles. We've seen over the last couple of years, since Joseph has gone and started working with Andy Lee, he now comes forward a lot more. He throws bombs. The only thing Fabio does is throw bombs. So I think we're just going to have two guys coming forward who are going to slug it out. I'll be shocked if we hear the end of the 12th, bell at the end of the 12th, I should say. I think there's going to be a knockout. I have no clue who it's going to be, but I can't wait to see it.
Absolutely. Mike, thank you very much for your time. Can you send me your DAZN login later as well? A couple of things I want to watch.
Yes.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, we look forward to. There's so much boxing on this weekend. Obviously, we'll be in Belfast this week for Crocker Donovan 2. We've got Canelo and Crawford on. I mean, it's
Is that why happening? Is that why?
What? Canelo Crawford.
Oh.
Shots fired. But I will be in Belfast this week anyway.
As will I.
Yeah.
Crocker Donovan. Really can't wait. Actually, all Irish fight, world title, 20,000 people, sold out stadium. The thing it's quite unbelievable what's happening in the UK and Ireland in the last couple of years of boxing. Stadium fight after stadium fight after stadium fight that we take for granted. We, the British boxing fans, are the best at supporting sport. We turn out for our guys, and Saturday night will be no different.
We'll look forward to it. Do you know the only fight that was ever at Windsor Park?
I was there. Carl Frampton fight.
Luke Jackson, yeah.
Yeah. Tyson Fury on the undercard. Deontay Wilder sitting front row with Paul Gascoigne. Very strange.
Billy Joe allegedly for a chicken.
I was out for dinner.
Wilder.
I was out for dinner with Frank Warren that night, and Frank gets a call and says, Billy Joe Saunders has just thrown some chicken. Allegedly throwing some chicken at Deontay Wilder. You better come down here. So dinner ended, and
the good old days.
Yeah, those were the good old days.
They were. All right. Well, listen, appreciate your time, and definitely catch up with you again in Belfast this week.
See you there, mate.